All right. Yes, so we are recording. Fantastic. Okay, so welcome everyone. For those that don't know me, my name is Debbie Burns, and I am a doTERRA wellness advocate. And I'm really, my team and I are so excited to have you joining us tonight on this much needed topic of creating calm and focus with essential oils. You're going to learn so much awesome information. If you have pen and paper, definitely take notes. We're going to talk about, what are essential oils, why you should be using them, the different ways to use them, and what you can use them for. So if you have any questions that come up as we go through the class, definitely write your questions down, because at the end, when we're all done, I'm going to, because there are some people on here that are new to essential oils, and there are also some, oops, somebody's screen sharing by accident. Let's see if we can change that. So Jill, I don't know if you realized, but you shared your screen.
Yes, I did.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. Because we have a mix of guests that are not using essential oils now, and they want to learn more about how essential oils can, help the body support, more calming and better focus. And then we also have customers on here that are using them, love them, and they just want to learn more. So whatever your situation is, welcome. This is going to be a great class. At the very end, for those that don't already have their own doTERRA account, I am going to show some options of how you can buy your oils. And then at the very end, we're going to stop the recording, and we're going to have live Q&A questions. And really, that's one of the most fun parts and very, very valuable. So definitely, write down your questions as we go along, because we want to be able to answer them. So I'll go ahead and get started. This format of our class is going to be a little bit different. For those of you that don't know, I usually do a class every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So all of you you're always welcome to come back and join that class. And but tonight is a little bit different. Our team wanted to bring you this special class. So I thought it would be a really great idea, or maybe we agreed as a team that we thought this would be a really great idea, that I would basically introduce everyone, start off the class, and then I'll end with showing the different kit options. So I get to, help showcase a lot of the fabulous leaders that are on our team. And what you're going to find is, while all of us are wellness advocates, and we're all really passionate about living a healthy, holistic lifestyle, each of us are so different in our unique superpowers and what we're passionate about, what else we're passionate about. So I think that you'll find it very interesting. So I'll go ahead and get started, and then I'm going to introduce them one at a time, and then we'll go ahead and get started with the class. How's that sound? You can give me a thumbs up if that sounds good. All right, good. Okay, so as I said, my name is Debbie Burns. I started using essential oils 7 years ago, fell in love with them. And, I love helping women, find awesome essential oil hacks to support their health. My specialty is really helping them discover that it's their mindset actually that keeps them from having better health. And so once we work on that, everything clicks and falls right into place for them. So having said that, let me go ahead and introduce all the other leaders. Now, first I'll introduce, so Laura, if you could raise your hand for everyone so everyone knows who you are. You raise your hand, Laura. Okay, so everyone, that's Laura. Laura Hudson is a certified health coach that helps her customers create health with whole foods and overcome emotional eating. She is married and is a mom of a teenager, and she knows what it's like to feel bad, to overeat, and to long to feel better. And therefore, her own experience, she brings that true compassion in helping others. And where is Liz? Liz, raise your hand. There's Liz. So Liz Drinkwater is an Army wife and a mom of 2 energetic kiddos. She loves DIY projects, and she believes that mindset work is so important for not just her, but for her own family. And she believes that women shouldn't be held back by their fears and emotions, and she wants them to feel confident, happy, healthy, and empowered. And so I want to introduce Fern next, Fern Meyer. All right. So Fern is a holistic health coach. She's a certified Aroma Touch instructor using doTERRA essential oils, as well as a Reiki 2 certified master. Now, she loves helping clients learn how to substitute natural solutions for many of the medicines and toxic products that are in our homes, and mentoring others to do the same. And then lastly, I'm going to introduce Julie. Where are you, Julie? Yay! So this is Julie Getty, and Julie is also a holistic health coach. You don't have to be a holistic health coach to do this. But Julie wanted to add supplements and essential oils to her coaching practice, just as a natural option to help her clients. But she's very passionate about her work, helping people learn how to live a healthier lifestyle to prevent multiple health challenges as they age. I know as men and women, as we age, we do care more about being healthier. So it's clear that we really love our work, and we're really excited. So I'll go ahead and get started. Now, my intention for you for tonight is that you go beyond learning about essential oils, and that you actually get them into your hands. Because once you start, using essential oils, you start to realize the potential and the power that you have as an individual to really just change the effects of your health that you're currently experiencing. And we know that once you understand the power of essential oils and you start using them, I know you're gonna do the same thing I did, and you're gonna wonder how you ever lived without them. Every day, I'm like, how did I ever live without these things? And I think I already told you that I'll show you the different kits. So before, I'm gonna hand it over to Julie in just a moment. She's gonna share like the 3 different ways to use essential oils. But what I want to share with you really quickly is helping you to understand that not all essential oils are created equal. And in fact, doTERRA essential oils are a certified pure therapeutic grade. Now, doTERRA saw a need, because essential oils are becoming more and more mainstream, they really cared about not just raising the bar, but really creating new standards in the essential oil industry, because there was no governmental standard, which could be good and bad depending on how you look at it. So what makes doTERRA different is that they grow their plants in different regions of the world, where those plants have like the ideal chemistry makeup of the essential oil, and they will grow them like they're growing in their ideal environment. So they're grown beyond organic. When they grow them, they'll never source them earlier, like extract them earlier than they can be, and never too late. It's always the right time. Then on the farm, they go through several levels of testing, and then it's transferred to doTERRA Corporate, where they go through another several levels of testing. Now, this is really important because our testing ensures us that there's no environmental contaminants that may have gotten in there. And you can be assured that your bottle of peppermint is the same bottle after bottle after bottle, no matter the years. And if a crop has not met their standards, they will not even source that oil. I think as consumers, I think that's fantastic, because it just shows their integrity. And the other thing is, they, because of their their practices, their sourcing practices, and they're creating partnerships with farmers where they're getting rid of the brokers that are paying them unfair wages. They're creating community with these farmers and partnerships, and they're together, they're really focused on quality essential oils, but also sustainability, right? We'll never take from the earth and never give back. And then the other thing is, because of their purity and their potency, doTERRA essential oils are used in many hospitals. They're used in cancer centers. They're the most tested, the most trusted. They're evidence-based and they're science-based. I remember one time my friend said, so, you know, how are you liking the oils? I'm like, I'll let you know. I got to just do some research and, you know, all this stuff. And she's like, silly, there's already research showing the essential oils work. You don't have to tell me if they work or not. And so I thought, okay, so you don't have to do any research, just know that they work. And because of the quality of essential oils, they can be used in some pretty amazing ways. You're going to find that out tonight. I'm going to turn it over to Julie, and Julie will tell you a little bit more about why. And then while you guys are helping everyone learn about the oils, I'll be monitoring the chat.
Great. Well, thank you, Deb, and welcome everybody. Since this class is called Creating Calm and Focus, I thought I'd go ahead and talk about frankincense oil as one of our oils. Now, there is 3 ways that you can use these oils. You can use them aromatically, topically, and internally. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the 3 different ways, how to go ahead and use these. And please, like Deb said, if you have any questions, you can either raise your hand, we can talk to you this way, or you can go ahead and post a question in there. The first one I'm going to go ahead and talk about is internally. A lot of oils you cannot take internally, and I'm only going to say for me, and I believe for the other leaders here, we only say to take doTERRA oils internally. Do not take any other oils internally. And I'll show you why, or how you know which oils, because not all of doTERRA oils you can take internally. But doTERRA, I don't know if you can see this, has this label on it. It's a supplement label. And so that's going to go ahead and tell you that this bottle you can go ahead and take internally. Now, I don't have one of the other bottles, but like Deep Blue would be a bottle that an oil you could not take internally, so it would not have that supplemental fat on there. So definitely make sure that, that it has that supplemental fat, because I know for myself, I can't speak for anybody else, but I've known other people that have taken like, citrus blend that you're not supposed to take internally, and they have taken it internally for like a week, and they're still alive, right? They're still okay and things, but definitely make sure that it has that supplemental fat on there. Now, one reason I chose to talk about frankincense right now is we're all going through all of, everything that's going on, and sometimes we can get some tension in our neck. So what I do when that happens is I go ahead and take my frankincense, I just turn it upside down on my thumb, just like this. And then I'll go ahead and press it onto the roof of my mouth. Just like that. I won't do it for the full 20 seconds, but I do it for 20 to 30 seconds. And whether you have some head tension or, maybe some neck tension, it'll definitely go ahead and help release that tension that you have. Which is just really incredible. So again, you just put a drop. You can do this with peppermint if you're feeling like maybe you need a little boost of energy. You can go ahead and put, or even if you have head tension, if you don't have frankincense, you can use peppermint. Same thing on the roof of your mouth. Another way you can take these internally is you can just put a couple drops of one of your oils, like the frankincense oil, in an empty capsule. And I should have had some here, and I don't. I'm sorry. I apologize about that. But you just put a couple drops in the capsule. You might drop a couple drops of, I put like MCT oil in with mine, so it kind of mixes it up so it won't upset your stomach. Some people that have, can get their stomachs upset, not from the frankincense, but if they do use a different type of oil that might be a little bit stronger. So that's another way that you can go ahead and take the oil is through those capsules. And with the frankincense, it's going to go ahead and help support your cellular function when you do go ahead and take that internally also. Now, another way you can go ahead and use the oils is topically. And again, I love the frankincense topically. I use it morning and night on my face. So what you're going to do for me, what I do is I go ahead and just put a couple drops in my hand like this. And then I'll put a couple drops of frankincense, of fractionated coconut oil in with that. And I'll just go ahead and rub it all over my face. I mean, it's just so good for your skin. You can rub it in for your cuticles, so what's left over, right? Just rub it in for the cuticles to help with that. You can put it on the bottoms of your feet to go ahead and help with relaxation and balance your mood, which is what a lot of us need right now, right? You can rub it on the back of your neck. So there's, several things that you can go ahead and use the frankincense or any of our oils topically for that. And then our third one is, let me tell you, I'm sorry, I missed one for the internal. Real quick, my grandkids love to take the peppermint and put it in their hot chocolate. So I make them some hot chocolate, put a drop in their hot chocolate of the peppermint, and they love that. Had to tell them that, right? All right, and then aromatically is the third way you're going to go ahead and use these oils. And when essential oils are diffused or inhaled, and I don't know if you can see my diffuser back there, they can be very stimulating, calming, and soothing to you. They can also go ahead and help cleanse and purify the air. So like two of my favorites to diffuse are peppermint and wild orange. And if you guys have not smelled the wild orange or like the tangerine that we have, just imagine when you peel an orange or when you peel like what are those, tangelos, those little guys, the smell that you get from the rind of the fruit, it's just heavenly, right? Well, that's how it smells when you're smelling it, either in your diffuser or even you can just smell it, out of the bottle. So I like to go ahead and diffuse the wild orange and peppermint. The peppermint also just helps, lift you up, helps your mood. So it's a great, this is a great combo, but everybody has their own combos. We have different combos at night that we sleep with, that we diffuse. So there's just, it's just a great way to diffuse the oils or to go ahead and put the drops and smell it in your hands. But the way with diffusing it, the whole family gets the benefits of the oils, which is what I really like. Or even if you have an office, when we used to have our office, I would diffuse it and the guys would come in and smell the oils. So just let me know if you have anybody crabby, just go ahead and put some wild orange in that diffuser. It takes away that crabbiness immediately. So anyway, so topically, aromatically, and internally are the three ways you can go ahead and use those oils.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Julie. So I'm going to touch on a few of my favorite oils. I know that right now we are really talking about trying to create that calm. So one of my favorite oils to use, it's actually the first oil that Julie introduced me to, was Balance. This is our grounding blend. And just quickly, I'll tell you how I use it. Every morning when I wake up, or if I forget, I have an extra bottle in my office. And I put this on the bottoms of my feet. And the idea is to be proactive. We know right now life is a little extra stressful, right? You might be, homeschooling some kids you weren't planning to, working from home and trying to stay on top of all those things. So to be proactive, putting Balance on the bottoms of the feet in the morning will help just kind of set the tone for the day, help you be more calm and grounded. Another thing I love to do is Citrus Bliss. Is a very, it's our invigorating blend, but it's uplifting. So I like to take this and dilute it, put a couple drops in my hand, rub it over my heart, and then just take my hands, rub together and inhale. And that's another great thing I like to do every morning. Copaiba is just, and when this oil came out, I didn't realize how amazing it was until I started using it every day. So this is a very calming oil. It also helps with the mood. So I like using it 2 to 3 times a day, about 2 to 5 drops under the tongue. Now, there's different reasons people would use copaiba. If you're dealing with discomfort, you might lean towards the 5 drops 3 times a day. But I've had people who have definitely had their mood impacted with just 2 drops twice a day. So it's one of those things you can kind of play around with a little bit. But I know myself, I've not been able to get into the chiropractor, right? Because we haven't been allowed to go. So I've been dealing with a little more discomfort than normal, and that can wear me down and make me feel more stressed out. And then again, you're just adding that on top of these other challenges we have going on. So having copaiba, using this under my tongue 2 to 3 times a day has just really been amazing. I wanted to mention too that copaiba, as far as some of the emotional properties, are really good to help you feel more self-aware, help you to really feel and understand your purpose, and help you have that sense of self-worth. Now, there's, that's what I just love about the oils. They're so complex. We have these emotional benefits as well as the physical benefits. And one thing you'll notice if you haven't already is just start using them every day, and then you just feel better. It's just like the synergistic experience. So that's what I was going to share tonight. So thank you. I'm going to turn the rest to Fern.
Thank you, Laura. Well, so it's really kind of interesting because the things that I'm going to talk about today is our adaptive system. And this is one of the newer things that have more recently come out. So it was kind of interesting for me to start to study on them. And of course I listened to Dr. Hill, and that is like, woo, fantastic, but way more than I could share tonight. So anyway, it's a three-part system, and it starts out with the supplement. And this supplement is a capsule that contains herbs and essential oils. So the herbs that are in it are scaledium, which whoever heard of that, but it's something that is really, really great for bringing you feelings of alert serenity. And that's some of what's going on, is like, you don't want to be brought down any more than we already, might feel a little bit down. We want to be productive and able to go through our day, but in a calmer way. And so that's one of the things that really helps to support emotional responses, healthy emotional responses to everyday stress. And another part of this particular thing is GABA, which is it naturally occurs inside of our body, but also some people do take it in a prescription medication. Ours is designed to work along with the chemicals in our own body that we're producing to promote relaxation. So it produces a natural calming effect and reduces feelings of apprehension and fear by reducing the neuronal activity, the neurons in your brain. And so it's basically sometimes called the brakes of the brain, because it will inhibit that kind of activity. So it reduces mental and physical strain. So it also this particular supplement has lavender, coriander, wild orange, and fennel, and each of those things has very specific purpose for being in this blend. And if I could find my notes, I would be happy to tell you what that is. Okay, so the wild orange and the spearmint energize and uplift our moods, while we know that the fennel is calming for our digestive system, and the coriander is also a very calming blend. So the next part of this system is actually 2 different things that are pretty similar, and one of them is an oil, which primarily is used for diffusing, although I do love to put it onto my diffuser necklace as well. And it is diffusing in my diffuser right now. If you notice, on this, you will not see a supplement label. So this is not one of the ones that we would take internally, even though it might seem like that you could, because we have a capsule. It's not the same thing. So this is primarily used for diffuser, and then we also have it in a roller ball. And my personal experience with this has been really good. I don't necessarily feel like I struggle with anxiety on a daily basis, but in situations I do. And during this situation, I have a lot. And in some ways it's, seems a little bit weird to me because I don't have kids at home, thank goodness that I'm homeschooling, because that would just really be a bad idea. I can't possibly be teaching them anything. But I have used the heck out of this oil. I keep it in my office. I keep it in my purse on days when I actually used to go someplace. I would do that with Atlanta traffic. That would be the kind of thing that I would do. But I used it when I was having some dental surgery, and it was a long dental surgery, an involved thing, and I was nervous, of course. I was stressed. I was anxious about how long was it going to take? What was it going to feel like? How was I going to feel after? And so I was driving and using this like the whole way to the dentist's office. And when I got there, it was like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. It does. It smells fantastic. This is a great perfume to use as well. But I was very calm. In fact, I was so calm that the dentist asked me how if I was anxious at all, and I said no. Did I appear to be anxious? And he said no. And in fact, you were so calm, I was able to finish 45 minutes sooner. So I know that he was also getting the benefits of this oil because I had it all over me. I'm telling you, the whole office got it. But in any case, this stuff is really fantastic. It helps to boost the mood as well as to calm you down. So it complements studying and working, and that's another reason why it's really wonderful in the diffuser. In fact, that's where some studies were done where people were first exposed to not using the oils and taking a test, and then using the oils and taking a test, and the test results were far superior when they were having the diffused oil. So it increases feelings of tranquility, and it soothes, and it uplifts, and smells fantastic. So it's got every single thing that we could possibly need. And so, I mean, I would highly recommend, if you haven't tried the adaptive system, that you do. And in fact, I'm using it now at night. I really not never, but since I've been using doTERRA, I haven't had sleep issues because I've got that pretty well worked out. But since this whole thing going on, I guess I'm more stressed than I even think, and my brain is just going at night and I can't fall asleep. I've been using the adaptive and the Serenity together, Serenity soft gels, and sleeping fantastic. Not having any problem, wake up in the morning, feel ready to go. In fact, I'm getting up a little earlier than usual with plenty of energy. So that's about all I have for you. And I think it's up to Liz now.
Yes, Liz, could you share with everyone a little bit more on the topic of focus? And I know emotional stuff will fit into that too, because you're a mom with 2 active little boys, and you're a businesswoman. You're working from home. Why don't you share some of the stuff that you do in your own home that really creates a positive atmosphere?
So along with emotions, focus goes hand in hand. Even when you get yourself overworked, stressed out, overwhelmed, you have trouble focusing at that point, and it's very frustrating to try to get yourself focused while trying to do everything else. So we use a couple of oils in our home that kind of help us with things like distant learning and helping me do my business online while I have my child distant learning on the other side of my computer. So we're all working together at the kitchen table at this moment. But in order to in order to stay focused and help your brain when everything's going on around you and you're thinking about 500 different things at once, we use a lot of citrus oils in our house. And the best thing about these oils is that you've heard all of our leaders tell you about some of these same oils that are going to help you with focus too. For example, frankincense is one that we use when we diffuse frankincense, wild orange, and peppermint together. And that is a really powerful focus blend. And by diffusing those together, it helps you do things like concentrate on your computer work. It helps you get enough energy to get up and clean your house, which after a while I have no energy to get up and clean my house. So it's a good thing I have some focus blend in order to do that. Any kind of citrus oils are going to be amazing for focus. Your bergamot, your citrus bliss, which is another one that's not only uplifting, but it's also going to give you a lot of energy too. It's a very invigorating blend. One that we used on Adam, my son Adam, was In Tune. And thank goodness that the kids line came out, because he hated that oil at first because it's got patchouli in it. But it is a powerhouse for focusing and helping you stay concentrated. Thinker is the one that we switched to. It's a little bit less overpowering, but it's great for the kiddos. And it's also good for us. We can use it as well. Those, that and the lifelong vitality vitamins are great in order to take to help you stay focused and help you maintain that energy that you need throughout the day. Another way that you can use them if you don't want to diffuse them, so say you're out and you're trying to run all your errands back before, the whole COVID thing was a real problem. I used to take wild orange and peppermint, and I put a drop in my hand and rub my hands together just like this, and then go take a couple really big deep breaths. That's one of my favorite ways to use wild orange and peppermint on the fly. And it's a really, really powerful way to get your oils in quick while still giving you the giddy up and go to help you finish whatever you need to concentrate on and get started with.
Yeah. Liz, Fern had talked about the adaptive oils, and recently released is the new adaptive mindfulness app.
Yes.
Did you want to speak to that just for a little bit?
Yeah, I can absolutely. I am loving this app. This is new to our adaptive collection, and it really focuses on the 3 elements of mindfulness. And so the first would be incorporating those adaptive oils that Fern was talking about. The second is one thing that I touch base on with all of my customers, and that's creating daily habits. Creating daily habits is so important if you want to keep focus and stay calm in the meantime. Creating daily habits is going to help you live a healthier lifestyle in general. And the last is measurements. Measurements is huge for this app, and this is probably one of my favorite parts. But it uses
just remind them this is something they want. This is something they want to do.
It has a biofeedback option where you speak into your app with like journals and like kind of an affirmation, I believe it's called, right? Affirmation. Before and after you do your mindful meditation. And it helps listen to your voice and picks up the tones and sounds in your voice to help you really focus in on how you're like how stressed you really are. And so it goes by like your stress levels and your rest levels, and that's how the biofeedback works. And it's pretty fantastic. I'm super excited to continue to use it.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Well, I thought it was really perfect timing. Liz and I work together, and we talk about mindfulness, and it's something that she practices in her home. It's a nice way to create calm and balance within the body. And then next thing we know, we hear about this app and we're like, oh, this is perfect, because it's perfect for everyone. And with everything that's going on in the world right now, it's really perfect timing. If you don't already have an account, well, the person that invited you to this class, when you get back with them, you can talk to them about the details of it. Anybody with a doTERRA wholesale account can absolutely get one, and they even have like a two-week free trial on 2 weeks, I think, right? Free trial. Yeah. Great. So thank you, Liz. One thing I forgot to tell you in the beginning is that at the very end, before we go into Q&A, but after I show you the different options, Liz is going to walk us through this relaxation technique that we did on one of our team trainings. And it's something that you can do with or without your oils. So let's say you're in a place and you don't have your oils. You can do this anywhere. But if you have your oils, man, it's so amazing, because what she's going to show you is you'll be able to use your oil topically. And as Julie mentioned, using essential oils topically is amazing, in its own state. So I wanted to make sure that I told you that we were going to do that. Okay, so after hearing all of this, I know that you're going to have questions, and that is great. I just want to take a minute because when we do our classes on Tuesday nights, this is really one of the most fun parts for everybody. So would anyone like to take just a minute to share a personal essential oil experience that you've had that's really, changed something for you or your family? Just take a minute. We're not going to spend a lot of time, and maybe we'll just do 3. We'll limit it to 3. And you can just go ahead and unmute yourself.
I have had really great results with the Serenity gel caps. I use those for my mom who has dementia. I give her one every night. Just gave her one when I ran out of the room. And it seems to really help her relax at night because she has always been very anxious. And I have found that they have helped me tremendously to really shut my mind off at night. And, with all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, this chatter that goes on in your head kind of overtakes everything. And I have really found that diffusing the Serenity with balance in my diffuser next to my bed and taking the Serenity capsules has helped me tremendously. And the one thing that I love about them is that in the past, I know a lot of people take sleeping pills, they take Tylenol PM and things like that. And when they wake up in the morning, they always have that groggy, fuzzy head feeling. You don't feel that way. You feel rested. You feel energized. You feel like you can just take on the day. It's so comforting to know that you can take something, get a good night's sleep, and not have to worry about that fog that you get from Tylenol PM or sleeping pills or anything else. It's really nice.
Thanks for sharing that, Ola. Yeah, the Serenity blend oil and the Serenity gel caps is a duo system. It works perfectly. And you're right about you wake up refreshed. You don't wake up groggy. And we know that to reduce our stress, we do need to have better sleep. And we also know that even for better focus, we have to have better sleep. To maybe, maintaining a certain weight or getting more fit or whatever, when it comes to fitness, sleep is really the common denominator next to nutrition that's going to help with all of that. So Ola, thank you for mentioning that.
You're welcome.
Okay. I'll share an experience, and it was really one of the first major experiences we had. My son suffers from allergies, and medicine wouldn't help. Nothing helped. And we weren't against medicine at the time because didn't really know much about all of that. I just started using essential oils. Runny nose, itchy eyes, sneezing all around the house, just driving us crazy. And he stopped taking the medicine because it wouldn't work. Well, we gave him the allergy blend of lemon, lavender, and peppermint, and his sneezing stopped. The nasally sound he had up in here was clearing out. And what was so amazing was it was like within like seconds that this happened. So when he had that experience, we both looked at each other like, did this really happen? Because he thought he was like a science experiment when I told him to try it. He's like, what? Are you crazy? Because my husband and son thought I was crazy when I got the essential oils. They didn't understand. But now he's a believer and he uses them all the time. So that's my experience. So how about if we do one more?
I was going to share one that Bev typed in the chat. She doesn't have a microphone, but she mentioned that she uses breathe oil. Her and her family use breathe oil a lot during allergy season and cold season, so it works better where other things work for her either, and their kids use it a lot too.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, Breathe is another oil that is an everyday staple in most homes. My husband has asthma, so when he goes to sleep at night, he has a hard time breathing, and he breathes through his mouth. So it allows him to have a much calmer sleep and just wakes up, more refreshed in the morning. So yeah, I get that. Breathe is awesome. Okay, so we'll keep moving along. So, at this point, you're like, wow, that was a lot of information. And maybe, some of this information didn't surprise you. For some of you, you're like, wow, I didn't know how powerful these really are. And, what I want you to know is, it's really our team's goal to support you in your wellness journey so that when things come up unexpectedly, even things like the common, cold, sneezing, your back, you have back tension, neck tension, things like that. That you can reach for, natural solutions like the essential oils that help support the body's natural immune system, immune response, and the different body systems. So what I want to do is I'm going to share my screen for just a moment, and I'm going to show you some of the different options that you have. Let me see if I can get that up. Okay. Can you guys see the screen? Just give me a thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Okay, so a lot of our starter kits will come with a lot of the common oils that most homes would want to replace a lot of things in their cabinet, whether you're looking for physical, emotional health, but also because it's important to reduce our toxic load and from both our body and our home. A lot of our personal care products and our cleaning products, we've removed those chemicals. So, and they're infused with the essential oils, which is a beautiful thing. Some people love to make their own. I prefer, unlike Liz, I like my product already done. Although I do have some DIY products. But this here is our Natural Solutions kit. This kit gives you everything you need. It gives you the diffuser. So as we heard the girls talk about tonight, diffusing essential oils is really one of the most effective ways to help with emotional wellness and, help to support our body's natural immune system. But it comes with some of the personal care products. Liz had touched on the essential oil vitamins, and So it has everything you need. Now, this particular kit is $570. If you decide to purchase this one, because you were a guest in this particular class, you are going to also get a free adaptive oil, and you're going to get a free citrus bliss oil. So one of the few other options for you would be, and again, I'm going to go through this pretty quick, but the wellness advocate that invited you will be able to review these with you. This particular one is the Healthy Home Kit. This is like a mini version of the Natural Solutions Kit. It just doesn't have the vitamins and has a different diffuser, but it really has those top 10 oils. And then to the right is the adaptive system that Liz and Fern were talking about, and it does come with 1-year premium access to the app. And then over here on your right-hand side, this is our Healthy Essentials Kit. Also a very good kit. This one is really nice. If your focus is addressing emotional wellness, I would choose between this one and the Natural Solutions Kit. The reason I say this is because it contains the balance that Laura had talked about. It contains the copaiba, and it also contains, what was the other one that it contains that I'm not thinking about?
Adaptive.
Adaptive, yes, adaptive. That's why I was recommending this one for emotional wellness. But if you choose to go with one of the mini kits, just know that you can add on any other oils that may not be in the Healthy Essentials Kit. And other than the Natural Solutions, if your purchase happens to be a 100 PV or more, you'll see there's a PV value with each kit, you're going to get a free citrus bliss, which is an oil that Laura talked about. So those are your options, and you can decide what's going to be best for you. Really, it's about, we're just showing up and serving you at the highest level to help you decide what's going to be the best option. If anyone is planning, I just want to put this out there because after today it's not going to be available, but if you're thinking about purchasing tonight, I want you to know that there's 3 oils that you can add to your order for only an additional $28. I know, crazy, right? That's why I want to make sure you know that it's only today. doTERRA is having a buy one, get one free promotion that's only available for today. So when you buy this spearmint, $28 with your wholesale membership, spearmint is the oil of confident speech. So if you have a fear of public speaking, or sometimes you have you ever been in a situation where like you're trying to communicate what's in your head, but it's just not coming out the same? Spearmint does that for you. You'll get eucalyptus free. Eucalyptus is the oil of wellness. It supports the lung. It helps open up the respiratory system. And then lemon, guess what lemon helps with? Focus. It's the oil of focus. And it actually supports emotional wellness too, because when you diffuse this, it inspires a very nice uplifting mood. So for all of those reasons we're talking about tonight, I had to tell you about them. And then let me see, what time is it? So really quick, before Liz shows us that relaxation technique and we stop recording, I want to share something with you. I had opened this book up as Fern was talking about emotions because I thought that you would find this pretty interesting because, and Liz, I was telling you this story, I don't know if it was this week or last week. Guys, before I learned about essential oils, before I had my own essential oil experience, I used to think essential oils were stupid. I did. And I was telling Liz that story. I'm like, oh my God, I did. I used to think they were stupid, and now I can't live without them. So here, I want to share this with you. When we think about, healing of the body, there's 5, emotional healing, there's 5 stages. Healing the physical body, healing the heart, releasing And so essential oils are helping with all this, right? So essential oils assist in releasing limiting beliefs. They increase spiritual awareness and connection, and they inspire fulfillment of our life's purpose. So I'm not going to go into all those stages, but I want to hit on some important points. Some essential oils are considered to be, and so this has to do with healing of the body. They're considered 40 to 60 times more powerful than herbs. Essential oils assist the body in fighting unfriendly organisms, purifying organs, glands, and the body systems, balancing body functions, raising the body's energetic vibration. Stage 2 is healing the heart. And for any times where you're feeling like uninspired, just emotionally not well, put an essential oil right on your heart and notice what happens. It is the most amazing experience you'll have. Okay, so I just want to share this. When we talk about our emotions, it's important to know that we must release trapped negative emotions before we can receive positive feelings. Resisting the cleansing process, so essential oils will help with that cleansing. So resisting the cleansing process makes healing more painful. Okay, I think there was something else. Oh yeah. They foster, essential oils foster the right environment for healing. And I think that's all I wanted to really share. So I just wanted to give you some like powerful information on that. So I'm going to stop the recording and we'll do that relaxation technique.